Hi, both. Thanks for joining us today on our Business Gurus channel, where we will be discussing key business topics to help students grasp the most important elements of their course in preparation for their exams and future career. Let's get started.
Welcome to another deep dive. We grab those essential sources, cut through the noise, and really aim for that aha moment of understanding for you.
That's the goal.
Today, we're doing something, well, pretty fundamental. We're looking at the basic operating system of, well, pretty much any economy. We're peeling back the layers on how any business, doesn't matter the size, the industry actually produces what it offers.
Right. It's about the nuts and bolts.
Exactly. Our mission is to uncover these basic building blocks, the requirements for effective production, based on the sources we've got.
And hopefully by the end, you'll start seeing the world a bit differently.
Yeah, seeing the sort of invisible levers behind everything from, I don't know, your morning coffee to the latest AI.
It's a really crucial understanding, actually, because what we're about to explore, it's like the DNA of any successful business.
DNA, I like that.
We're moving past abstract ideas to the tangible things that have to be there for anything to get made or any service delivered. And the core concept here, the framework, is what economists call the factors of production.
Factors of production. Sounds official.
It is, but it's not some new buzzword. It's actually ancient, universal, really,
Yeah.
underpins all economic activity.
Okay, so let's unpack this right from the start. The sources we're looking at, they boil down the main purpose of a business to something that sounds pretty simple, to produce goods and services.
Seems obvious, maybe.
A little, yeah. But why is that the starting point? What makes it so foundational?
Well, it's foundational because it defines the whole point of a business existing in the first place. Its reason for being, you could say.
Okay.
It's not just about profit. I mean, profit is important, but it's the result, right? The result of successfully doing this primary thing,
And then
reducing.
reducing goods and services. Can you break that down a bit? Goods versus services.
Sure. So goods are, tangible things, stuff you can touch, like a car, a phone, maybe a loaf of bread.
Right, physical items.
Exactly. Services, on the other hand, they're intangible. Actions someone performs for you. Think about getting legal advice, or a haircut, or maybe that software subscription you pay for.
Ah, okay. So the car company makes goods, the law firm provides a service.
Precisely. But both are doing this core thing, production. They're creating something valuable that people need or want, and that's what meets market demand and keeps the economy moving. It's why they exist.
Yeah,
To create and provide.
that makes sense. So it's the what's. And our sources, they quickly move us to the how. They say this production thing, it's not like magic, right?
Definitely not magic. No wand waving involved.
Ah, right. They actually lay out 4 requirements in order to effectively produce goods and services. Reading that, it felt less like a list of options and more like a blueprint, like non-negotiable ingredients. Is that the right way to think about it?
That's a perfect analogy, actually. A blueprint or ingredients in a recipe. They aren't optional extras.
Okay.
They're the fundamental inputs you absolutely need.
Yeah.
And collectively, yes, we call them the factors of production.
Got it.
And what's really fascinating, as I mentioned, is just how old this idea is. It's not something dreamed up last year.
Right. You said ancient.
Yeah, these factors have been understood as essential across different economies, different times in history. Think way back, like ancient Mesopotamia. They needed land to grow crops, right? They needed people, labor to work the fields. They needed capital, things like plows, maybe irrigation ditches.
Okay, tangible things again.
Right. And they needed some kind of leadership or enterprise to organize it all, to make it function.
Wow. Okay, so it applies way back then, too.
Absolutely. Whether it's an ancient potter shaping clay or a modern tech company developing AI, these basic inputs are still the same. They're the essential components needed to turn an idea into something real.
Okay, so if production is the game, these factors are the essential players. Let's meet the team then.
Okay, let's do it.
Our sources list them clearly under key terms. Let's break them down.
Sounds good. The 4 key terms, as your sources lay out, are land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So let's dig into each one, see what they really mean, especially today.
Perfect. Let's start with land. It sounds simple, like a plot of ground for a factory, but I suspect it's broader than that in this context.
You're absolutely right to question that. It's much more than just, real estate.
Okay.
In economics, land refers to all natural resources used in production,
Right.
everything that comes from nature.
Ah, okay. Like what?
Well, Yes, the physical space, the ground itself is part of it,
Huh.
but also minerals from the earth, forests for timber, water for manufacturing or cooling, even the air for things like wind turbines.
Gotcha. So all the raw materials from nature.
Exactly, nature's contribution. And it's a really critical issue today, isn't it? Think about the scramble for rare earth minerals needed for our phones and computers.
Right. Or water rights.
Or water rights, yeah.
Hmm.
Agriculture versus industry. And even something that feels totally digital, like cloud computing.
Mm-hmm.
It relies on huge data centers. They take up physical land, they consume enormous amounts of energy, often from natural sources, and need lots of water for cooling.
Huh. Never thought of it that way.
So land isn't just a patch of dirt. Its availability, its quality, the environmental impact of using it, these are massive strategic issues for businesses now.
Okay, that really broadens the definition. So from the natural world, let's move to the human input, labor. This one seems more straightforward, maybe. People working.
It seems straightforward, but again, there's depth there. The sources push us to think broadly about human effort.
So what is labor in this context, beyond just, like, lifting things?
Well, labor is defined as the human effort. That's both physical and mental effort used in producing goods and services.
Ah, mental effort, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not just physical strength. It's the skill of a coder writing software, the analysis of a market researcher, the dexterity of a surgeon, the creativity of a designer.
Right. All kinds of skills.
It's the time, the effort, the expertise that people bring to the table to create value.
And how is that changing? I mean, with automation and AI.
That's the huge question now, isn't it? Labor is definitely being redefined. Some tasks, yes, are being automated.
Mm.
But that's creating more demand for uniquely human skills. Things like critical thinking, emotional intelligence, complex problem-solving things machines aren't good at yet anyway.
Okay.
And you also see things like the gig economy changing how labor is organized and paid.
Mm-hmm.
But fundamentally, without people, without that human input, the machines just sit there, right?
True.
So labor is still the dynamic force, the thing that makes processes happen, even if it looks different now. More diverse, more specialized.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Next on the list is capital. Now, this word gets thrown around a lot, usually meaning money.
Yeah, that's the common confusion.
But the source lists capital as a factor of production, separate from the others. So what exactly does it mean here? Not just money, right?
Right, and this is a really key distinction to grasp. People do often get tripped up on this.
Okay.
When economists talk about capital as a factor of production, they mean the man-made resources used in the production process.
Man-made resources, like tools.
Exactly like tools.
Yeah.
But also machinery in a factory, computers in an office, delivery trucks, infrastructure like roads and bridges, even the factory building itself.
Ah, okay. Things that were already produced to help produce other things.
You've got it. They're assets created previously to aid current production.
Hmm.
Money, or what we call financial capital, is different. That's what you might use to buy the machinery.
Got it. Money buys the capital goods.
Right. But the factor of production itself is the physical thing. The machine, the building, the software that directly helps make the goods or provide the services.
And is capital evolving too?
Oh, absolutely. Just like labor. Now, we talk about things like intellectual capital, think of that. It's brand reputation. That's not physical, but it's man-made and helps produce value.
Right.
Or digital infrastructure. Is that land? Is it capital? It's definitely man-made and used for production. So the lines blur, but the core idea is these produced means of production.
Okay, fascinating. So we've got land, nature's stuff, labor, human effort, capital, man-made tools and infrastructure. That leaves enterprise.
The final piece of the puzzle.
This one sounds different, more abstract. Like the spark, maybe, the glue.
Yeah, it is more abstract, yeah.
Yeah.
But you could argue it's the most critical factor, the most uniquely human one.
Okay. So what is enterprise?
Enterprise is that special human skill, that ability to organize the other three factors,
Yeah.
the land, the labor, the capital.
Organize them. Ow.
By seeing an opportunity in the market, figuring out how to combine the resources effectively, making the key decisions, innovating, and crucially, taking the risks involved.
Risk-taking. That sounds key.
It absolutely is. It's the entrepreneurial spirit, whether it's one person or a team. It's whoever spots the need, gathers the land, hires the labor, invests in the capital, and then actually drives the whole thing forward.
Bearing the risk.
Bearing the risk, hoping for the reward. Without that enterprise function, the land would just sit there, the workers wouldn't know what to do, the machines would be idle, nothing would happen.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think of someone starting a new tech company, maybe developing an app.
Yeah.
They have the idea, right? That's the start of enterprise.
Yeah.
They might need server space, kind of like land or capital. They need programmers, labor, maybe office space, and computers, capital. But it's the founder's vision, their willingness to put in time and maybe their own money, the risk, and their ability to pull all those pieces together that actually makes the app happen. That's enterprise.
Even in big companies.
Yeah, even inside large corporations, you have managers, project leaders, innovators, people driving new projects, taking calculated risks. That's sometimes called entrepreneurship, but it's the same enterprise function at work.
Wow, okay. That really pulls it all together. So, just to recap quickly, land, natural resources, labor, human effort, physical and mental, capital, man-made tools infrastructure, and enterprise, the organizing, risk-taking force.
That's the core framework.
You can really see how they have to work together. Let's try a modern example. Say, a company developing new solar panels.
Okay, good one.
They need the silicon, the minerals, the space for the factory that's land.
Right. Natural resources and physical space.
Then the engineers, the scientists designing them, the workers assembling them, that's labor.
Yep. Human skills and effort.
The specialized machines to make the panels, the research labs, the factory itself, capital.
Man-made resources aiding production.
Correct.
And then the leadership team, the people who saw the market need, get the funding, managed the whole complex process, dealt with regulations, marketed the product. That's enterprise.
Exactly. That's a perfect illustration of how they all have to combine.
It really highlights how interdependent they are.
It really does. That's the big takeaway, connecting this to the bigger picture. No single factor can do much on its own.
Right. A pile of resources doesn't become a product by itself.
Precisely. A forest land needs loggers, labor, saws, capital, and someone to manage the whole operation and sell the timber or furniture enterprise. They have to be combined, organized effectively.
It applies everywhere. Everywhere. Any business. Local bakery, huge multinational tech firm, doesn't matter. These are the fundamental ingredients for success. And understanding this, it gives you a powerful way to look at things.
How so?
Well, if a business is struggling, you can often diagnose the problem by looking at these factors. Is there a shortage of skilled labor? Is their capital outdated? Are they lacking good land or resources? Or is the enterprise, the management, making poor decisions?
Huh. A diagnostic tool. I like that.
It really is.
So there you have it. Understanding these factors of production land, labor, capital, and enterprise, it really gives you this powerful new lens, doesn't it?
It does.
For looking at how the world works, how value gets created, what makes businesses tick. It's fundamental. And once you get it, you start seeing it everywhere.
You really do. From the corner shop to global supply chains.
Yeah. It's the underlying structure.
Which actually raises an interesting question, something for you, the listener, to maybe think about after this.
Oh, go on.
Well, we've defined these 4 factors, and their definitions are pretty classic, right? But how might their relative importance be shifting today? Or maybe even the nature of the factors themselves in our super tech-driven global economy?
Ah, interesting. What do you mean?
Think about AI and automation. We talked about it impacting labor, but could advanced AI almost become a new form of capital? Or even, some argue, mimic parts of enterprise?
Wow, okay.
And what about data? Is a massive data collection a form of land, like a natural resource to be mined? Or is it capital? Or something new entirely? How does the enterprise function change with things like decentralized organizations?
Those are really provocative questions. It challenges the neat boxes a little.
It does. The fundamental concepts likely remain, but how they manifest and interact in the 21st century, that's constantly evolving. It's something to keep watching.
Definitely food for thought. And a great way to apply this framework. So as you go about your day now, maybe take a look at any business, any product, and try to spot them.
See if you can identify the land, the labor, the capital, the enterprise at play.
Exactly. See those unseen forces shaping our economy. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the very fabric of business.
My pleasure. It's foundational stuff.
It really is. We'll see you for the next one.
Thanks to both of you for joining us today. You've been listening to the Business Gurus. Let's now hand it over to you. What further questions do you have based on what we've discussed so far? Leave a comment and we'll get back to you right away. If you haven't already, hit that follow for more business tips.